Welcome back, everybody, to round 4 of the House Rules Gaming Reign of Jafar Set Championship. This will be round 4, like I just said. So we're only having 2 rounds of Swiss left. And I think we've seen some incredible games. I believe we're looking at table 3 right now. So some of the top runners for this tournament, looking at their basic, not winning in just yet, but looking at their positions going into round 5 for top 8.
Yeah, no, these are going to be some really fun matches, and we've got some really cool decks here. One of them is one of my favorite decks that we're going to be seeing here, and that is going to be played by Kara here. She is going to be playing the Amber Steel deck, which is going to be a fun deck to play.
Yeah. It looks like players are getting ready to play, so we should be all set to move over to them, and then
yeah,
looks like I think they're just working on their altars right now. So.
Yeah, they're just working on their altars. And since we're talking about it, we also have Patrick here, who is going to be on the left. He is playing Amethyst Emerald. This is going to be really like a fun little tempo deck. We've seen this deck before. He is playing with the pull the levers and wrong levers, which is a fun interaction with the deck.
They're also just strong.
They are really good cards. Now, we do not see the Yzma in his deck. I'm not seeing that in there, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of players have decided that Yzma just costs a little too much, and the rest of the cards are good enough without her that you don't need to be throwing another uninkable in the deck. I believe Patrick's deck is very, very low to the ground, pops out at like 5 ink maybe, and is just playing a bunch of like very good utility cards, the kits, the go-go's. I'm not sure if he's on the Shift Diablo. He might not be. Some people are, some people aren't. He is not. Like, he's just a very like mid-rangey tempo deck. Wants to just keep his opponent kind of off the table a little bit, while questing with some of his more aggressive threats and like Genie.
Yeah, and then Kara here, of course, playing the Amber Steel song variant, but this one's a little bit different than your typical Amber Steel. She's leaning very heavily in the princess type package, playing with like the Aurora, playing with the Mulan and the Moana, which the Moana is a great card in this. I love seeing this Moana being played because she gets to ready all of your princess characters, which is phenomenal, especially when you're mostly playing princess characters. And I think there's only like a few cards that are not princess in this deck, which is great.
She's back in set 1, you know, she was very, very strong there, but she also every once in a while picks up some usage when people are playing some Steel Song here.
Yeah, no, this is definitely be a fun one, and we already seen the games off here. And we had Patrick starting off with this game, playing a Diablo. And then now we see Kara here playing the Mulan, which using the effect of drawing card, discard card, and we discarded this Giant Cindy. Stout-hearted, discarding that and just sending it out there because it's not really needed right now.
Yeah, it costs a lot. She does have the shift target, but I think she has other things that she's interested in doing before she starts to try and play towards this stout-hearted.
Now, what's interesting is I do see a Cinderella in her hand, the one-cost Cinderella, and she played the Mulan, which is interesting because she does have a song in her hand that she was able to sing with it.
I think she only has the Zeus in her hand, right?
No, she has a Storm.
Oh, she does have a Storm. It might have just been a thing of I'm in the blind. Oh no, she had a shift target from on. I totally forgot this shifted.
This is right. Yes, this Moana is great here. Or Mulan, sorry. This Mulan is great. Being able to shift is great. Yeah, I literally was just looking at the card and was like, oh yeah, it's a Mulan, but it's even here. But this is a really cool card. Being able to quest and just being grabbing a song off the top of the deck or revealing a top card, if it's a song, you get to play it for free.
Yeah.
It's a great card here.
She's also just a 3/3 that quest for 2. Like, she's relatively decent statted, and if she gets to reveal cards off the top, like, that's great. If not, she doesn't care too much. She kind of plays this nice role of like doing a weird aerial impression, right? Like, Ariel comes down, looks for a song, puts it in your hand so you can play it. She is actively questing and also trying to get your songs so you can play them for free. Like, she does both. Though she has a lot of songs already in her hand. So I don't know how many songs this Mulan's actually going to trigger. We'll have to see.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of songs.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah,
she has what, like 67 cards in the deck, so she can she has a lot of cards in here, and so there's could be a potential for a lot of different triggers from different songs. I mean, she has a total of 22 songs in this deck.
Yeah.
So she can hit it at least a third of the time.
And she is on a whole new world, right?
She does,
Yep.
yes, she does have the whole new world in here. Now there is
So-
a really cool item, and I can't wait to see it. I want to see if she gets to play it. If not, I'll bring it up later. But this card is gonna be really cool, and I'm excited to see this card being played. And I want to see it. I really want to see this card. It's gonna be fun.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this card is kind of cool. We'll have to see if she gets to play it, but it is a one of, so we'll have to see if she.
Yeah, it is a one of. So that's why I don't know if we'll see it. So that's why if we don't see it, I'll say it. But
Yeah.
it's if not, hey, we're gonna have some fun with it.
Patrick, this is one of those matchups. Unfortunately for Patrick, is going to be tough for him on his side. All of his characters are so small. They all have maybe three willpower. Genie's like the only thing that has Genie and Elsa are the only things that really have any kind of willpower to withstand getting consistently shot by like storms and strengths and Zeus's. It's just everything all the time. Unfortunately, his stuff is just so small that it is pretty susceptible to that. But also, he has a decent amount of like, he's got kits and he's got ways to disrupt and he's got pull the levers to make her discard cards. And her deck does not have a ton of ways to draw cards that isn't Whole New World. So we can if he can kind of keep her off of a ton of cards, then he's able to start gaining advantage and have his like card just be on the table at all times.
Yeah, no, and this Aurora was really cool to see. Sadly, didn't get to stick around for long. Besides just questing for the 2, it is a Singer 5, which is great. But whenever you get to remove 1 or more damage from characters, you get to ready her, which is great. I love that card.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Aurora's pretty cool. I know she doesn't see a ton of play, but she's still very solid. And now we see this Naveen, and she has this Whole New World in her hand. And I think next turn she's probably planning on playing that, and that's what I'm talking about. If Patrick has a heads up here and tries to pull the lever her, it'll be such a swing in his advantage. Even though he also doesn't have very many cards, if he decides to do it, it is huge for him. Decides to draw cards, but I do think he hit an Ursula too, so he could play that. He has a lot of ways here to theoretically turn a corner.
Yeah, no, this is definitely nice. Seeing this Ursula here can definitely hurt, but instead we are going to see the wrong lever coming down here.
The wrong lever. Since he has a pull the lever, he's going to put the pull the lever on the bottom, and then he's going to also put the Naveen on the bottom, which also stops her Whole New World, which is very nice for him.
Think again. It doesn't stop. Remember that Aurora is a Singer 5.
Oh, she does.
So she has a Singer 5 that can sing it. So he still are in the place. We are good. Still can make it happen. And here we are, Whole New World.
Singing Whole New World.
Singing it. Great. Getting those cards, refilling the hand, and seeing what we can pull. And it looks like we have another one. In fact, it actually looks like we have 2 in her hand now.
Not exactly what she wants to say in her hand. I mean, 1, an extra copy is nice, but 2 gets to be like, okay, I don't really want. But I think the rest of her hand is mostly solid. She has the Aerial, the Sonic Warrior, which is huge. She's gonna get that down. She might have 2 in her hand. I thought that's not the one I saw. I think she has another one. And again with like these Mulans and stuff, these other Mulans to start singing songs off the top of the deck as well.
Now, you might not be able to tell, but there is a card in her hand that we don't really get to see, and it is a fun interaction card. That is the item I was telling you about earlier. I was really excited for it, and it's a Cinderella. And this Cinderella is the Cinderella the right one, because she has the right one here. It's the right play, because whenever you play this character, you get to put an item named the Glass Slipper from your discard to the bottom of your deck, and then you get to gain 3 lore. And guess what? We are playing the Glass Slipper in here, which is fantastic. And of course, now we get to see that Cinderella on the field. But of course, Ursula doing Ursula things, being played, ripping a song out of the hand and discarding it. But deciding to leave the 2 Whole New Worlds and taking out the removal spell, which is probably the right choice so you don't lose any characters. But we do have this Aerial down anyway, so it's going to probably start doing some damage whenever these songs do get played.
Yeah, this is one of the only problems for Patrick. He does not have the answers he has to this arrow are so small. He just does not have. It's like wrong lever plus, like he has to have a pull the lever, in the discard and wrong lever this to really get rid of it. He just does not have a ton of songs to get rid of it. And he's not on. I know some of the Amethyst Emerald decks are like on Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh yeah.
But I do not see that in his list. So he really does not have a ton of ways to interact with Ursula, or not Ursula, Ariel, Cinderella Stouthearted, these cards that like can create issues for a deck of his nature. Just does not have a great way to interact with them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good removal. I mean, there's a lot of decent challenging options, like with the Elsa. You do have the Fox and the Crab in here, and even the Peter Pan, which is nice. But there's
Yeah.
no real other ways to deal with characters besides challenging, and of course the
Yeah.
wrong lever.
It just means that
as
he,
well.
no matter what, he always has to put two cards together to get rid of one, instead of being able to just have Bruno or whatever and say, hey, I don't have to deal with this card anymore. He always has to have pull a lever plus wrong lever, or Crab plus this, or Hypnotic Strength plus another character, or something. He always has to have two things.
Yeah, and of course we see a lot of characters coming down on Kara's side here. We have a Mulan, a Aurora, and a Ariel here. And all these cards can sing. Pretty much almost all the cards except for maybe one can't sing Whole New World, but that's okay because it's going to be able to play probably for free anyway within just Quest.
I think the approach that Patrick is taking here is just put everything on the board, and hope that she can't deal with everything all the time. But unfortunately, unbeknownst to him, I think she has another Ariel in her hand. That's off. Yeah, she has another Ariel with two Whole New Worlds. I think she can reasonably ink this Rapunzel, play her other Ariel, and then like in the near future just sing Anna Naveen. So I'll be honest, this Naveen is kind of whatever. I actually don't really like this Naveen. I'd much rather be playing this Ariel and sing Whole New World later, so that you can pay for the Ariel triggers.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. The Naveen's probably not the choice to play right yet, but it is definitely a card that's going to go, cool, I get to play this and get to play a Whole New World for free pretty much for 4 and get a character on the board is going to be great so you can see more songs next turn. Now we get to see the Mulan here questing, revealing the top card, and it is the Glass Slipper, and it is the full Glass Slipper. It is sitting there. It's going to continue to sit there until next turn or until we get to draw a card.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens here. We're going to have the Aurora quest for 2 and continue going up with lore here and trying to kind of race to the very end. Now, this Ariel is going to challenge into the kit and kind of start picking off some of the board here and putting some damage down. And now we get to heal, draw cards. It's going to be a great turn here. Ooh, we get the removal, which is another good card here, which would be nice. We could start taking out like maybe the Cursed Merfolk, and maybe even pick off the genies at some point.
I think you might be interested in the Aurora trigger. Yeah, so she gets to ready it from healing off the Ariel, gets to sing a card. She does notably this Glass Slipper needs a Prince to actually activate, and she has the Prince Naveen in her hand. So she actually does have a way to activate the Glass Slipper. Not that she inherently needs it at the moment. She has a decent board state for it, but it does give her the option to go, hey, I need this card for this exact moment. There, then I get it. I am seeing that we're having some issues with the lore tracker, so I will give everybody a heads up here. I believe Kara is at 10 lore and Patrick's at 7. Just so everybody gets a small update there. And we are working to fix that issue. So we'll keep you guys updated as best we can here.
But we are seeing a bunch of characters, and we get to see another Ursula coming down, taking a look at the hand of Kara and removing one of the songs. And long and behold, the only 2 options are a Whole New World. That's it. So you got to pick one, apparently.
Yeah, so I think Patrick's like, oh, I kind of wish I just had another Ursula so I can because again, now she can just play this other aerial, or she might honestly she might ink the aerial and play Naveen and Whole New World, and then she also gets to activate this glass slipper pretty soon if she really wants it. She could also just play the aerial. I think both options are very fine, especially against this board state. Anytime she gets to play songs, she gets to take a genie and put a bunch of damage on it. Maybe even and banish it with the aerials.
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be interesting to see what we can do here. And we got a fox coming down now.
Oh, there we
So
go.
now we can start
There's a way to
removing some
take it.
things. We can take out the songs now and stop our opponent here for playing these songs and drawing cards. Question is will he do that? He does have the ink for it, or is he wanting to build his board a little bit wider just so that he can quest for a lot more later on?
Well, he has 3 ink, so I think he should be playing the Ursula and then just dropping one of those other 1-drops he has in his hand. Because if he doesn't do this, he doesn't get to build a board state ever. And notably that's 3 of her whole new worlds that's gone. So she only has 1 left in the deck. So with only 2 cards in her hand, that is like pretty scary for her not having any cards. But this is another one of those moments where this glass slipper can go, hey, I can go find you an aerial to go find a song. That's like kind of why she's playing this glass slipper, which is nice. And we see Patrick taking out that Mulan so that she doesn't just rip a whole new world off the top with her ability. And he doesn't actually care because she doesn't have a lot of great ways to interact with these genies, especially since he knows that she doesn't have a song. Because there's only one unknown on.
Yeah. And seeing what we can get here, trying to find a princess. You probably are going to be searching for our spectacular. Or not, yeah, is it spectacular singers Ariel?
Yes.
That would be we're going to be looking for that. Probably be the best option, just so that we can get some of these cards here and getting some songs and finding these songs. But as we're seeing, we're kind of getting ready for it, setting up for that turn to do it. But we're going to have Ariel challenge into some things, taking out and banishing this fox here, and questing for 2, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to quest for 2 with the Rapunzel. Trying to get it a little bit closer here to the 20 lore game.
Yeah. It's surprisingly how close Patrick has kept this game. After being under the oppression of like Steel Song in this deck, like I was saying, you can have such a hard time with this deck. Just everything's just getting taken out by this aerial and by all of the things that can just deal so much damage. And now he's just turning everything sideways, looking to end this game right here, right now. Come next turn, he actually just has the go-go to gain 4.
And that
Wow.
puts him at 20. And now we're going to go into game 2.
That's crazy. It gives me a little bit of PTSD. Last set champs, I was playing against an opponent, and he happened to just have enough to put 5 damage on my Hades, and then played 2 go-go's on me. Win the game from 10.
Wow.
That just is very reminiscent, and I shudder. I feel for Kara here.
Yeah, no, Go-Go is such a
She's
card
so
that comes
wild.
in just last minute, not even thinking about it. You're like, oh, I think I have the game. I know I got the game this next
Yeah.
turn. Just pass it and let's go. And we'll go on to the next game. And your opponent goes, Go-Go.
Go-go.
And guess what?
That's game.
That's game.
Yeah.
We losing it. It's not great. So, but overall, it's a great card. Go-Go is such a good card coming in and just clutching a win.
It's so weird because like sometimes I feel like I see Go-Go a lot, and she's actively in decks, but the amount of times I feel like I actually see her doing things is like kind of low. But when she does, man, she just like wins the game on the spot, and it's absurd.
Oh yeah, no. I will say last set you got to see a lot of her, and a lot of her triggers did go off. Sadly, you're not seeing a lot of it in this set. This set, she's kind of taking a little bit of a backseat, a little bit more, and not really being as played. We might see her in next set after rotation, because she's got some really good shift targets that came out in this set, but just not seeing play right yet. But she can definitely come in and do some really good damage.
Yeah.
And just win you the games. I don't know, like a goat almost. Just blindly winning.
Yeah, it just makes your opponent like if you get hit by Go-Go once and that happens, for the rest of your life, even if your opponent's not playing green or like Emerald, you just are like, do they have a Go-Go? Do I just lose the game if I do this right here? Even though I have to make this play, like it's always in the back of your mind creeping, and you're just like, wait, they're on Ruby Sapphire. They like can't be playing Go-Go. I can't lose the game here. It's like, gosh, I know I do it. It's
But
just it scares
you
me.
know, Gogo still will win anyway. You will still find a
Oh
way to get
yeah,
Gogo to
yeah.
come out. It's still going to always find a way to
I
win.
wake
It's going
up
to be great.
sweating in the middle of the night. Yeah,
Yep. It's Gogo will always come out.
yeah.
It's great.
Really, really great play from Patrick here. I mean, from both players, honestly. I mean, she was doing phenomenally well. He just happened to see that Ursula that he really needed. I really thought if she played that one whole new world and he didn't actually get to end up taking it with Ursula, that like he was in a worse off position. But I actually think it might have helped him a little bit more. Especially I think what helped is her hitting 2 whole new worlds on her first one. Those are effectively 2 blank cards for her that she can't play for a while. So she really drew 5 cards, right? Like, or maybe 6 if you want to think about it that way, because you do want to see a whole new world on your whole new world typically.
But too many of those is not
Yeah,
good.
yeah. It's just like, oh, I wished I had this was like a Zeus or something, so I could start dealing damage to things, especially the genies. The only thing that she has like a huge problem with is she can't deal with genies. She has to Zeus or has to strength or something. In order to get rid of those cards.
Yeah, no, those are really the only cards you'll have to Zeus at some point,
Yeah.
and that's your biggest removal.
Well,
That can handle those. I mean, strength is good,
yeah.
but you need a lot of characters on there, and I mean, she is playing 4 copies of both, so she can get there. It's just how many characters can you get on the field quickly?
Yeah. I think too. I think Patrick should also be looking to do is his deck is full of evasive. And if he can, I think the mix of having so many evasives and also having things that are like juicy targets for these strengths and everything makes it very hard to evaluate what you should be taking out with your removal for any Steel Song player, but namely obviously Kara in this situation. It's like, oh, there's a Kit, there's a Pegasus, there's those. Like, what do I actually have to shoot? Or even like, um, let's say there's no evasives, but they have a bunch of evasives in their hand. You just have to let them quest with their non-evasives because you can challenge them and then only use your removal on their evasives. Like these are things that like you really have to think about when playing something like Steel.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely a thing thinking about and trying to figure out how do you want to remove characters, how do you want to proceed going into drawing cards. It's definitely a thing to think about when playing Steel Song, and sometimes it could be easy, and sometimes it's not so easy. You have to think a couple turns ahead, and trying to figure out how you want to proceed with the game. Now we do get to see, of course, Cinderella singing, or actually questing. Sorry, not singing, questing, for the turn because there was no characters on the board yet, which is quite interesting. Even though I don't know if he decided not to play the Diablo.
Maybe not. He didn't want it to get immediately hit by a strength, and now he's gonna play 2, so she can only hit 1, and then he'll still draw a card. It's probably doesn't feel as bad for him. Like he will get to quest with at least one of these Diablos, where if he did it one at a time, most likely they both get hit before they actually get to quest. So he just wants to guarantee that he's at least getting 1 lore off of either of these characters.
Now, did he have a crab in his hand?
I haven't seen his hand quite yet. I
I
don't
saw
think.
part of it, but I can't remember if he had a crab, because if he has a crab, we have the Cinderella who can knock out one of the Diablos. He's going to draw a card from it, and then if we get a crab here, that Diablo can challenge into that Cinderella and knock it out, plus getting him to draw a card.
Yeah. He also has he has a Kit in his hand, so he could bounce the Cinderella. He
Why would
also
you?
could play. He saw that she got Whole New World off of the Ariel, and he has an Ursula, so like he has that knowledge, and at any point can fire off this Ursula and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take that now. Like you can't play it, and it's not safe." Um, I wonder when he decides to like pull that trigger.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get to play the kit to bounce back that aerial, because that also would have stopped it too. I mean, besides you getting another aerial down and getting another trigger to find those songs, it still kind of slows him down a little bit so that he doesn't play a whole new world, gets to play any of his bigger cost songs like Zeus, which he does get to see here now is Zeus, and then of course you have the whole new world, and preventing some of that being played.
Another Ursula. This is, I mean,
And
this is good for him. Always having a backup Ursula is so nice. Like he's gonna, if he decides to, he's gonna play one of them, take this whole new world, and then he always has the backup and goes at any point he feels unsafe, he can take this whole new world. And he also has pull the lever in his hand, and I wouldn't even hate like making her discard a card too. Like he sees, oh, you have a Moana and a Stout Hearted. I don't want to have to deal with either of these cards later. I'm gonna pull the lever you at some point so that I don't have to. It's effectively again removal for these cards he doesn't want to have to deal with.
yeah, no, definitely. And we got to see another man top decked a Zeus off the top to take care of some things if we need to, but we still have the Mulan, that can quest and get some more songs coming out. Instead, we see the Moana coming down here and trying to get to ready up all the characters. This is again one of the coolest cards I've seen from set one, and I wish it's seen more play.
Yeah,
It's such a fun card. It quests for a lot. It has a lot of willpower, and it gets to ready up all your princesses so that you can either sing with them after they've quested. They just can't quest for the rest of turn. And
it's a grab your swords off the
oh,
Milan.
we're hitting a grab you swords.
She
Wow.
can even keep this Zeus.
This is great.
Yeah,
Okay. Sadly, it only knocked out one, but putting multiple damage on some characters is not that bad either. Kind of put them at some nice, easy chip out range if we get another grab your swords, because she is playing multiple grab your swords.
I honestly don't think she cares about this. I mean, she kind of cares about this Ursula, but I don't know that she inherently cares about this Ursula anymore. Like it's kind of done its thing. Unless he tries to like bounce it somehow, and even then, she's gonna care. But I think as soon as she gets the opportunity to take it out, she probably will. But if it doesn't do anything, like she's not that great about it. I was hoping, part of me was hoping that he would be able to ink something this turn, kit back the Ariel, let her get another song off of it, and then use this second Ursula to take it from her. But instead, I think he's start applying as much pressure as he can, getting rid of this Mulan, which is good for him. He does not want her ripping songs off the top of the deck anymore, and then playing.
And then
More.
we're moving the song.
Yep.
Wow. So now we're at 0 cards in Kara's hand here and has to top deck anything that she has. And what is she top deck? I don't know. It's a great question, but it's a Cinderella.
Cinderella,
And it's
okay.
just a little ballroom Cinderella. So
Um,
not much we can do here.
Quest for 4, and then it'll ready back up. Ready back up this Ariel. So this Ariel is pretty protected.
Yeah, no, this area is doing pretty good. Oh, making sure lore totals are correct here and going through, but everything looks like we're good and readying up the aerial and ready to go and making this aerial good.
See what Patrick wants to get done here. Singing friends on the other side to try and refill his hand quite a bit. He does have a genie, and he's gonna deal with this Moana by just putting it back in her hand. I wonder, he does not have a way to make her discard it, but I also think he just wants to make her repay for it. The more he can just make her repay for it, the more he can just keep making her repay for it is good for him. The more he can slow her down, the more is good for him. He gets to start building his board. He gets to start pushing lore as much as he can. Inking the Moana now. She's got her whole new world. Ripped it off the top. Song loves to do that.
Steel Song is great just playing with some songs and getting a whole new world coming down and getting a fresh 7 cards. Sadly, we see multiple multiple copies of Whole New World here. And actually, no, wait, nope. Never mind. I'm sorry. Only one copy. I'm sorry. It's only one copy of it.
She does have this grab your swords though. If I'm Patrick, I think you have to take this opportunity to take out this Ariel if you get the chance.
Yeah, no, this aerial can be very scary here.
On this is where things are going to start to go downhill for Patrick if he does not find an answer. He really needs to. He's got to find an answer to this board state. This Mulan is going to cause so many issues. This aerial is going to cause so many issues. Hopefully his 7 got him some things he really needed. Did get a hypnotic strength, which is pretty good for his Ursula. He did get a fox too. So I'm curious if he like plays hypnotic strength and I don't know if he has enough for it all though, because he'd love to be able to like bounce the Ursula and play it with the fox again. Does
Yeah.
hypnotic strength to Ursula. So start off with that, see where he goes.
Um, doesn't draw the card yet, but there we
There
go.
he
Now
goes.
we're
Yep.
gonna draw the card from Hypnotic Strength. Taking out the aerial, which is good because that aerial is gonna be tough to deal with. And then we have Kick, taking out, knocking, and banish out the Cinderella here. And
He might have to hold this fox.
yeah,
Keep one of these 1-drops and hold the fox so that when Milan goes sideways, he has a way to deal with it.
now he could play this Genie and have Genie kind of sit around here and maybe gain some passive floor, and hopefully nothing can take it out. Banish
Maybe.
it, maybe. But it does give him an extra card if he does need it. Or do we want to probably play multiple characters on the board here? That might be an option as well, just to play
I also
as
don't hate
wide
the
as we
idea of
can.
just like pull the levering my Steel Song opponent in this position. Sure, like if you play one of your 1-drops and pull the lever, oh, he has an ink for turn, so he does that option. Pull the lever. Okay, decides to go with Fox. Just wants to get the Ursula to replay Ursula to see if she has anything and can take either one of these things. I think in this position you really got to take Whole New World, but does decide to take the Grab Your Swords. Both are extremely threatening for this deck. I don't blame him. Both of these options are not good, and he wants to get rid of both of them ideally. But she doesn't have anything actually saying Whole New World at the second.
Oh, I think she does.
Milan.
Look again. She has a Cinderella in hand.
Oh,
Stout-hearted
in
in her
hand. I'm
hand.
in on the board.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yep,
Yeah, no, we could shift into this Cinderella Stout-hearted, which looks like that's what she
yeah,
is going to be doing, and then she could sing this whole new world
yep.
and get a bunch of cards, and we might even want to do the Mulan first. That might be an option. Is maybe play the Mulan or have Mulan quest, seeing what card we get, and then going ahead and grabbing the next 7.
Yeah. I mean, she could even just challenge the kid if she really get it off the board. But I think she's gonna sing first. Which I mean, I don't hate singing first, just because you'll see your 7 and then you just question whatever you hit. You hit. You don't hit anything. It's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, it's not a bad option either. And we see a lot of songs here in hand and a glass slipper, which is fun, and another whole new world. We see cards here that we're going to keep drawing, apparently. We're going to keep
Yeah.
drawing. She's
I
going to
think
have a lot of good
Patrick
draw.
has 2 Go-Go's in his hand.
Oh, do we have 2
I
Go-Go's in hand?
think.
Ooh.
Not sure though.
Yeah. Now we can see Cinderella, our trainer here, our training Cinderella, and then we have to discard the slipper with the Cinderella's effect. So we could see our good friend Cinderella being played to grab back this glass slipper, which would be fun to see if we can get that.
Fox and so notably, I think he can. Can he take out? He can't quite take out this Cinderella. Unless he has. I think he had an obnoxious, so maybe he actually can. Oh, he has a crab, so he could. It takes a lot of resources to do, but he could do it.
I mean, if he plays crab and plays the other fox he has in hand and give the one fox 7,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, it would technically be even more than that, but yeah, I mean, he'll swing that fox to swing it for 10, so that will definitely take care of it. But doesn't look like that's gonna happen yet.
I think he's gonna go after this Milan just quite first, and I can agree. Like I think he can do both things this turn
Oh yeah, he can actually
because he
do both.
doesn't ink for the turn.
Yeah, he
so
hasn't
he
inked.
actually can take both of these out. That's impressive.
He can answer this board. This deck has surprised me. I
Yeah.
have been very surprised on how much removal it's been going on with this.
Yeah. And I guess yeah, the 7, so he doesn't even have to bounce it back.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't, does he?
Yeah, and gets to keep this Flynn too. That's
Even better.
impressive. And
Yeah,
he still
this.
gets to. The biggest thing is that he has a full grip of cards in his hand still. Like he did not really lose a ton of tempo for doing it. And got rid of some of the biggest threats he could have had to deal with. Like I was saying earlier, like not having amazing options to deal with them, and just always him having crab and hypnotic strength and all of these things to actually deal with it has been pretty impressive from him.
Yeah, no. Seeing that, and we do have a Prince Naveen in hand, which is kind of nice. So we can have Prince Naveen either sing or get to play one of these songs for free, or even just having some other good characters in here in hand, coming down. We have this Ursula in hand, Veronica Ursula, that lets you be able to sing cards that cost 4 or less, which is good. But we see the Naveen coming down and debating on which song, because we have 3 different options we could choose from. We have Let the Storm Rage On, Zeus, and A Whole New World. And we are going to actually get the Zeus to knock out this crab, which that crab is, you don't want that crab sticking around for too long.
No, both options were good here. She could have stormed the Flynn or gotten rid of this crab, and honestly, this crab has been a nightmare for her to deal with anyway. Just that taking out her Cinderella was pretty huge. So I think she wanted to get it off the table before it could do more damage than it already done.
Yeah, and with Storm in hand, it's going to be really easy to take care of this Flynn. It's going to be
Yeah.
just because it gets to deal the 2 damage, and the Flynn is having 2 willpower. It's just going to be a nice, easy target, and then we get to draw a card from Storm as well, and it can be sung pretty easily with all of the characters except for this little Cinderella.
I think if I'm Patrick, I'm ready to just like throw my hand down on the board. I don't know if he knows she has another whole new world. I don't think so. But I think you kind of have to expect it from Steel Song here. I don't hate like playing um Kit. He has the Kit in his hand to bounce the aerial. Technically, it'll give her another trigger, but it'll keep her off of another singer, which is something that he kind of has to do at this moment. Um, or he decides to protect his Flynn. That's also something that like is nice that the Cinderella could attack with the Flynn, and I don't think he, as much as it does make her like discard a card, protecting his quest things at Quest for 2 is always relevant to the matchup. I know how many times I'm like, oh, I get to attack that thing, and then they're like, oh no, I'll bounce it back, and I'm like, oh, I have to deal with this Merfolk for 3 more turns because it just keeps going back to their hand. Quite annoying.
Yeah, no, that gets very annoying very quickly, and have to answer quickly. And luckily enough, there are ways in Steel Song here to kind of answer them as long as they put them back down, and you can deal damage to them. It's a great and easy way to do that, and we probably are going to see some of that here. We're going to see Ariel sing a song, which is going to be Let the Storm Rage On, knocking out that Merfolk and drawing a card to replace it. And we got to top deck a Strength. So this could actually be really good here. We get to knock out this Peter Pan with that. So we don't have to worry about whole new worlding yet. And we can just take out this Peter Pan and go from there. I mean, this is not a bad spot that she's in right now. Um, and we get to have Naveen, of course, singing Whole New World, getting rid of these Go-Go's, and he had 2 of them in his hand. So this is going to be really good to get rid of that. So in case if we get some damage down, so
Found 2 more Ursulas. I think next turn he's just gonna be like, you know what? You've been seeing whole new worlds off of your whole new worlds. I'm just gonna play both of these Ursulas and see what you got going on. He could take the entire next turn to play Ursula, and pull the lever to try and like really rip apart whatever is left in her hand.
yeah, if he can take all the cards out of her hand, the songs, anything like that, it's going to be a tough spot for Kara here. And trying to deal with that.
Second got left. I think she's played 3 whole new worlds now. Yeah, so she's only got one.
4.
Oh, it's all 4. Okay, so
All
she's
4
got
are
none left
gone.
in the deck. So I think again, yeah, I'm pretty firm on the play all of my interaction to the hand, because she has nothing to refuel with anymore. He's probably feeling okay in this situation, even though the board state doesn't look like it's okay for him. He's probably feeling okay with this board state right now, and he has another fox in his hand.
Oh, we're actually playing 2 glass slippers.
Yeah.
Because we haven't, this is the enchanted one. We didn't see the enchanted one. So
Oh.
they're actually playing 2. So, okay. So this is nice. And this is a pretty card. It is a nice looking card, I will
Yeah,
say.
the enchanted for the glass slipper looks pretty nice. Some of the items are like don't look nearly as good. This one does look pretty good. Playing Ursula like I thought. I don't think she has one hit. Yep. If I think I'm him, I see all of those cards in her hand, and I say, pull the lever, get rid of it, get rid of something. I don't want to deal with any of these cards.
Yeah, no, those are cards are definitely you don't want to deal with that. That Rapunzel is definitely going to be rough. We also have the shift Ariel that can come down and start putting some damage. And even if it doesn't shift it, it's perfectly fine. But just having that card out on the field can be very scary, especially with the big willpower that she has, and just the effect of being able to deal 3 damage to a character is insane. And then of course, like I said, Rapunzel drawing cards, and this Mulan can still draw cards, which is nice. But it kind of filters what you're doing, and you get to see a card, kind of put a card you don't want in the discard, and kind of go from there.
All right, start putting things on the board so we can start pushing the end game here. Knows that what she's got in her hand, hopefully starting to just overwhelm her, and go like underneath of her rather than try to get over top of her.
And we are going to be using this glass slipper, exerting the prince here, Prince Naveen, and looking for a princess. Now, what princess do you think she's going to try to get here?
If she's got any stout hearteds left, maybe a stout hearted. That's like the biggest one. I don't know what else. You could also go for. She's already got a Rapunzel in her hand. She doesn't need a second one. Or just another Sonic Warrior, like something big. You really just want like something ginormous, and I think stout hearted is like one of the things that Patrick's gonna have a hard time dealing with, and she has the shift target on the board. I think she just takes.
Yeah, Stout-Hearted definitely seems like the best option here, just to help answer everything character-wise, being able to challenge into pretty much every character that Patrick has, and doesn't really take any knockback. I mean, maybe takes 2 from this Fox, but that's really all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just checking a couple times, see what she's got left in the deck here, maybe doing a little bit of counting to see. I think a lot of her removal is gone, so I think this is the time Patrick has to he's got to put things on the table and hopefully just trade effectively from here on out. Luckily, I do think he has the pull lever and friends on the other side in his hand, I believe. So he does have a way to like refill his hand a bit too.
And I will say, so far, Patrick's been doing really good job of controlling the board with challenging and answering these characters coming down. He's
Yeah.
been doing very well with that, and seeing what else we can do is going to be nice to see. And of course, we see the Stout-Hearted here shifting on top of Cinderella, taking out the Fox, putting 2 damage on Cinderella. And we do have this Rapunzel here that can heal it. So it pretty much did nothing. And we get to draw 2 cards on top of that, which is great. And we see the right one, Cinderella, and a Mulan here that can just play our songs from the top of our deck for free.
Yeah. Not too effective. Like I said, I think she's missing a lot of her songs. From a lot of her removal is like gone, but this Cinderella is nice because it does gain her lore for putting the gloss silver black on the bottom of the deck. So just a way to like push towards the end game here. She has a lot of threats on the board anyway, but 3 lore is 3 lore, and you never say no to 3 lore.
Yeah, no, 3 lore is great. Why would you ever say no? I mean, well, we did have a Taka, but we just wanted more lore. That's all we wanted. We just wanted more lore on that thing, not just 3. Now we get to see this Peter Pan going in, taking out our little Cinderella here, and having our characters challenge in, taking out Naveen, and leaving the board with just a Rapunzel and a Stout-Heart.
Yeah, he's looking to hopefully race with these evasives. Unfortunately, Stout-Hearted and Rapunzel are a lot faster than his board state currently, and she has a ton of cards in her hand. So we're gonna have to see if he can make some magic happen.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a rough spot a little bit here. And see, it might just be going down to the races.
Yeah, I mean, she's got another Rapunzel in her hand, a Sonic Warrior. Like If I'm Kara, I probably just play my cheapest stuff and get a bunch of my cheapest stuff out, and like anything that quests for 2. Yeah, like the Cinderella to put 3 lore. That so for that go to 11. You can quest for 5 more to go to 16.
Yeah, that's crazy what we got going on
Yeah,
here.
she should be able to like push for lethal next turn.
I mean, we've got some great cards here in the hand, and we just get to play any one of like big characters, or even some small characters. This Mulan's gonna be great. Then we get to play this other Mulan, and no using the Mulan's effect of drawing and discarding, but we are going to see our Rapunzel and Cinderella deciding to quest and
Yeah.
go to 16.
Yep, makes sense. She might as well just pull. I don't hate not using the Mulan. She doesn't actually care that much. You know, she's got game on board currently, and it's up to Patrick to make some magic happen. And I don't think it's quite there. Yeah. Yep. Realizes he's out of it, and has to scoop it up to go to game 3 here. I think this is our first game today, right?
This is our first game 3 of the day, which has been.
It's our second, I think.
It's our second one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, then.
Pretty exciting though.
Yeah, no, these games are pretty good.
From
Oh, right. Racers got.
Oh, Racers
Yeah.
was that? Oh, okay.
Thank you to production Brandon over here.
Yeah, finally
Setting us straight.
decided to get off of the mute here.
I'm surprised you can contain yourself when Chip and Dale hit the table.
Hey, that's really what made me think about actually unhitting mute. I was like, okay, like sitting over quiet, Chip and Dale hitting the board in a set champ.
I
I was
mean,
pretty stoked.
I don't know if you were really quiet, but it's fine. You were up here standing around, almost making circles, running around the studio over here.
Yeah. Pretty funny though.
It was great.
So now Patrick is on the play. And that's pretty good for him. Hopefully he can just race and just say, hey, I'm going to play all of my Curse Merfolks, and just before she gets to get her singer set up, is just hopefully end the game. Notably, these players are on like 4 minutes left in this timer. They might have a little bit of extra time because I know we took a little bit of time to set them up. But the point is that they're running out of time, so they do need to like push this game. We might not even get much of a game through.
Yeah, we might not see a lot of the game 3. We might see a few things happen, and then it goes to time. If we see if Patrick gets to go quick and move quick, then he might could win and get close to the game. But I don't know if we're actually going to be able to finish this game 3 here. But it'll be exciting to see if we can get it that fast. I mean, I'm rooting for how fast this can go.
Yeah, we'll see if he can push as hard and fast as he can.
Yeah. Going through our altars here, figuring out what we need to do at this game here, and what we need to do.
I mean, if I'm Kara, I'm just looking for Cinderella plus Storm. You just want to take out whatever he's playing every single turn, and just, hey, take that out. Hey, take that out. Hey, take that out. And keep him under her thumb, because as soon as he doesn't, like we saw in game 1, as soon as he can get out from underneath of her thumb, like he starts to lose the game, like start to lose control of the game.
And I did check with our judge, and this clock is accurate, so it's gonna be a really quick game or go to round.
Yeah, we'll go to end of game procedure as soon as they hit time here. In
Yeah.
Diablo's one of the nicer starts for Patrick, just because he doesn't really mind if it gets banished since he draws a card, but we don't see anything from Kara on turn 1, which is huge for Patrick here.
Oh, we haven't seen anything on turn 1. Wow.
So if he takes that Storm, yeah, like that's, and I don't even think she has a 2-drop.
She does. She has a
Okay.
Cinderella in hand, so she
Okay.
has our Cinderella Knight in Training in hand. So
Gotcha.
that is our only 2-drop that we see here.
Not really one I would want to see though. And now she
And
sees her
there's your
Cinderella
1-drop.
ballroom.
Yep,
Just
of
a little
course.
too late. This Cinderella's fine, but like doesn't quite do what she wants it to do. She does see her whole new world. I'm not sure how much It might matter for her. I'm curious if she even gets to get there.
Well, we have this Naveen, which is good, so you can play some of these songs for free. So, and we have the Aerial, so you can go Aerial next turn and then playing this Naveen, and we have the Zeus and this whole new world that we can play around with.
I just have a feeling that Patrick's gonna quest with these two and bounce the Ursula, so she might even lose her whole new world. Yeah, I think she's gonna lose that whole new world next
She's gonna
turn.
lose it.
I think if I'm in Patrick's spot, if I see that Zeus and whole new world, I'm gonna take hold. Simply because I don't actually care about the removal as much. I care about keeping her off of like the removal or keeping her off of drawing 1,000 cards.
Yeah, that would be definitely devastating to get a bunch of cards here. But we get to see a strength being grabbed off this Aerial ability.
Because he can like fight removal, right? Like he can keep just putting things on the board and putting things on the board. What he can't fight is her having a full 7 every other couple of turns.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like, so he needs to. I think he's got to take this whole new world. Yeah.
Yeah, and takes
Smart.
it and marks it off, and that removal isn't going to do a whole lot.
And if she's impatient, she plays the Naveen and sings, and just takes out 2 characters here, and he just gets to keep putting things on the board like this. Yep, he's just gonna keep pushing and keep pushing, and she's gonna fall behind relatively fast here.
Yeah, and it is time and round. So we are going to go to the end of game procedures here, being 5 turns, going 0 to 5, and starting off with the current turn player being at turn 0. And they've got 5 turns. With technically 3 turns each to figure out what's going on here. And we see a few cards being played. We got the Naveen coming out here. And then being able to play the strength for free, knocking out this Fox here. And Ariel's going to sing Zeus. And we have another Zeus in hand. So we have 2 Zeuses in hand here.
But like I said, he can fight through this. Like it's not the worst. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what's in his hand, but he has 2 Diablos, and like they can draw cards, and he's just gonna try and chain a bunch of these cards together, to try and end this game.
Yeah, and we have a Genie and a Goat here. Genie coming down, drawing cards.
Another Diablo. He could ink and play another Diablo.
Yeah. And we get to play this Diablo now, and then we're passing over for our 3rd turn here. And getting close. We'll see if we can pull it off. The question is can Kara actually stop Patrick from getting to 20 at this point? Because I think that's what she's gonna try to do, because she knows she can't get to 20.
Yeah.
In the time frame that she has. So do we try to stop him from reaching 20 if that's even possible? Because he's getting up there pretty quickly.
Yeah, but this will be his last. This will be his last turn. I don't quite think he'll get there.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's really a way to get up there, and he's just going to quest for 3 and go to 10 at least. He's halfway there.
Yeah.
But not enough for the game. And we see drawing our last card for the turn and for this game, and seeing what this card is, and it is a Mulan. We see the Mulan coming down here, being played, and this could be it. Are we gonna? We're just gonna quest a quest, take out some characters. We're just gonna take out some characters, or quest for 1, take out the characters, draw the cards, and that is it. That is the game here. I mean, there is. Oh, we're going to go. Oh, we're going. The last turn was her. The last turn. We're off by 1.
Oh,
okay, so we're off by 1. Sorry, we're off by 1. So this is the last turn of all. Okay.
But I don't think it makes a difference.
It doesn't make a
here.
difference here. Yeah, no. There's not much we can do here. But that seems like that is it. Yeah.
Seems like we're just off by 1.
It's a draw.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, it 1 game, and that was very interesting being able to see here what we got going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 1 game won, and then the next game being won. Very, very interesting to see here.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it went to time. I actually think if that game was allowed to play out, Patrick had that pretty in the bag there.
Yeah, no, it seemed like he had everything he needed to then and there. I mean, it was perfectly what he needed to get that aggro tempo, and Kara was just missing all of her early cards that help her sing to
Yeah,
control that.
I think too, like that taking that whole new world when he did was like the game changer. And if she saw whole new world at any point in the game, maybe she gets back into it. But he was even at 13 at the end of 5 turns. Like it was pretty fast. So
Yeah, no, that was a fast one, and should be going into round 5. Our final round of Swiss is coming up here, and I'm excited to see what decks that we are going to be going into our top cut of top 8.
yeah, I'm excited. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes with round 5 for Swiss, and then I believe for top cut we will take a small break to let players go ahead and get food and all that kind of stuff, and we'll be back.